Guys, let me tell you something that might surprise you a little. The banana plant that you usually throw away after eating the fruit, or whose stem farmers often consider useless and burn, is now being used to make a beautiful, soft fabric. Yes, fabric made from banana plants. Sounds strange, right? Now, the question is, how does a plant that we normally know only for its fruit get turned into fabric? Is there some traditional spinning and weaving method involved, or are modern machines used in the process? Well, today, we're going to understand this entire journey, right from the beginning to the very end. You've probably seen shirts being made from cotton and scarves being made from silk. But today, we're taking you inside a factory where fabric is made from something that people usually throw away as waste, the banana plant. Sounds a little strange, right? You might think, come on, this has to be a joke. But it's not a joke at all. This is a complete industry. And today, we're going to break down every single step without making it sound like some boring documentary. Let's begin this fascinating journey right from the farm. First of all, let's clear one thing up. This fabric is not made from the banana peel. It is made from the stem of the banana plant, which is known as the pseudostem. This is the thick, fleshy stem that becomes useless after the banana bunch has been harvested, and most farmers simply cut it down and leave it to decompose in the field or throw it away. Just think about it. Something that farmers once considered a burden has now become the foundation of an entire industry, almost like something you were about to throw away suddenly becoming an antique worth a fortune. So the very first step is cutting the stem and transporting it to a factory or processing unit. Once the fruit has been harvested, the stem is cut down and separated into several layers, because the stem is actually made up of multiple layers stacked over one another, almost like an onion. Each layer is separated and cleaned so that the next stage of processing becomes easier. Now comes the most technical step, fiber extraction, which means removing the fibers from the stem. For this, a machine known as a fiber extractor is used. The layers of the stem are fed into this machine, where they are scraped and processed so that the soft, pulpy material is separated and the strong fibers are left behind. It's somewhat similar to extracting juice from sugarcane and separating the leftover material, except here, instead of the waste, we are interested in the fine fibers inside. After extraction, the fibers that come out are initially wet and slightly sticky, so they are dried in the sunlight for several hours. This natural sun-drying process is very important because it removes the moisture from the fibers and helps make them stronger. Once they are completely dry, these fibers can look shiny and soft, almost like jute or silk threads. Trust me, if nobody told you that they came from a banana plant, you might never guess it. The dried fibers are then combed, which means they are passed through a combing machine to separate and straighten them, so that the tangled fibers become more organized and uniform. It's almost like combing your hair to get rid of all the tangles. During this combing process, fibers of different qualities are separated. The finest and softest fibers are kept for making fabric, while the slightly coarser fibers can be used to make ropes, bags, or other products. So in a way, almost nothing goes to waste. Every quality of fiber has some kind of use. Now it's time for spinning, which means turning these fibers into yarn. The combed fibers are fed into spinning machines, where they are twisted together to create a strong and continuous yarn. This is very similar to the process of turning cotton into thread, except here, banana fibers are used instead of cotton. In some smaller units, the spinning is still done by hand using traditional spinning wheels, while larger factories use automatic spinning machines that can produce thousands of meters of yarn. Once the yarn is ready, it is sent for weaving. Here, the yarn is woven together on loom machines to create a complete piece of fabric. This step is quite similar to how cotton or silk fabric is woven, with the main difference being the raw material. During weaving, different patterns and textures can also be created according to the requirements of the designer. After weaving, the fabric moves to the finishing stage. Here, the fabric is treated to make it softer, because natural fibers can initially feel slightly rough or stiff. It may be treated with suitable softening agents, similar to how a new towel becomes softer after being washed a few times. After that, if required, the fabric is also dyed in different colors to meet the demands of the fashion industry. Quality checking is another very important part of this entire process. Every batch of fabric is tested for strength, its texture is checked, and it is also examined for comfort and overall quality.
Only after passing these checks is the fabric sent to tailoring and garment units, where it can be turned into saris, shirts, bags, and many other products. Another interesting thing about this industry is that traditional methods and modern factory methods continue to exist side by side. In some villages in South India, women still extract these fibers by hand using traditional methods passed down through generations. At the same time, large factories use high-speed machines to perform similar processes much faster. Both methods have their own importance. Hand-processed fiber can be considered more premium and unique, which is why handmade products can cost much more, just like handmade chocolates can be more expensive than factory-made chocolates, even though both can taste great. At the factory level, another important thing that needs to be taken care of is water management. The water used during fiber extraction can be treated and reused to reduce unnecessary water wastage. Some factories can also use leftover water and waste materials for processes such as biogas production, meaning waste from one process can potentially become a source of energy somewhere else. So the entire system can work like a cycle, where very little material is simply thrown away. Now, let me tell you something interesting and surprising. A banana plant produces fruit only once, and after that, that particular plant does not produce another bunch. So traditionally, farmers would remove the stem after harvesting and consider it waste. But now, that same stem can become a source of additional income because processing units can purchase these stems from farmers. In other words, the farmer can potentially earn from the same plant twice. Another special feature of this fabric is that it is biodegradable, meaning it can naturally break down and return to the environment, instead of remaining there for years like many synthetic fabrics such as polyester. Also, since banana plants are already grown as a food crop, there is no need to grow a separate crop specifically for the fiber. So in a way, this entire process can help make better use of agricultural waste and support a more sustainable production system. The demand for this type of fabric is also growing around the world because many international brands are now looking for more sustainable and eco-friendly materials, and banana fiber is becoming one of the interesting materials on that list. In countries like Japan, there has also been a long tradition of making textiles from banana-related plant fibers, and India is now also moving forward in this industry. Another interesting feature of this fabric is that depending on the finishing process, it can sometimes have a shine similar to silk, while at other times it can have a rougher, more casual texture similar to linen. It's almost like the same person carrying a completely different style depending on the occasion. So guys, that was the complete process of how the stem of a banana plant, which was once considered waste, goes through several stages of fiber extraction, spinning, and weaving before being transformed into a beautiful and sustainable fabric. Science, tradition, and a little bit of sustainability, all of these come together to create something that is becoming increasingly popular in the fashion industry. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.